All right, so it's Damien from Marketing Food Online. So in the video I'm about to do, I'm gonna explain to you how you can rent a commercial kitchen and several different subscriber questions that we've got about renting commercial kitchens for their food businesses, as well as covering how do they charge and how much do they charge. And we're gonna dive into those subscriber questions right now. All right, so I've got my laptop open. I'm gonna walk you through the process on how you can find out specifically where you could rent a commercial kitchen near you. And as I mentioned, the first question we had is, I'm looking into renting a commercial kitchen near me, but how do I do that, Damien? Thank you so much. All right, so great. So what I'm gonna do is show you on Google how this works. The specific term that you wanna use is renting commercial kitchens, and then following this, you wanna put in the city and the state. Now let me give you an example. So Miami, Florida. So wherever you live specifically, you want to try to narrow it down to an area that's obviously closer to you. Now, the only drawback is there's a lot of commercial kitchens normally located in cities or urban areas, a lot of rural areas and places that are a little bit further out than cities. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of commercial kitchens to rent near you, okay? So this might help you figure out the best way to search for yourself to find out where it is. And by the way, I have a video down and below in the descriptions. I'll give it to you, the link. It has 14 commercial kitchen alternatives. So I actually cover 14 different ways that you can get a commercial style kitchen without actually renting one. So let me show you how this works. You want to type this in, renting commercial kitchen. Now, you want to pay attention to about the first 4 to 5 results, okay? Because they're going to be the most specific to what you're looking for. Of course, the first page will have a lot of information as I scroll down. But let me go up here real quick and I'll show you what I mean. So there's a website called thekitchendoor.com, and they look like they actually have, okay, they're right actually in Miami. So you click on that and bam, it'll show you, wow, they have a ton of them. They have dozens and dozens of commercial kitchens within that Miami area and those zip codes, okay? So you can scroll down here and basically simply look at the kitchen that's closest to you, obviously wherever you may live. And that is one of the most simplest ways to find out if you're looking for a commercial kitchen near you, you would be able to find one instantaneously. So remember though, the key thing is those first few search words, renting commercial kitchen and the state and city where you are, and that will pop up. Okay, so our second question, Damien, is there such a thing as commercial kitchen for rent monthly? Yeah, that's actually a great question. A lot of commercial kitchens offer a multitude of ways to use their services and their facilities, okay? Now, one of the ways that you can actually rent a commercial kitchen is through what's known as a day rate, okay? So you can actually rent a commercial kitchen for an entire day. This has a tendency to be a little bit more expensive because a lot of commercial kitchens want to have as many people come in and out as possible, and they'll be renting by hour, and I'll get into that in a few minutes, but renting by the hour or blocks of time. But yes, you can rent them per day, and normally on average, anywhere from a couple $100s to even close to $1,000, depending on how many different types of pieces of equipment they have, the type of scheduling that they offer, the different services that they have, because there are actually commercial kitchens, then there's commercial incubators, they're called, and they have a whole bunch of business services and different aspects to running your business and growing the business side, not just a kitchen with different appliances and different things to use to make your food products. So kitchen incubators may have a higher rate than other ones because of that fact that they actually have a lot of other services they provide. Secondly, you can actually get them by the hour. So you can actually rent a commercial kitchen by the hour, and on average, I believe it was around $35 to $55 an hour is what we found. We looked at a dozen. We looked at 12 different commercial kitchens and what they charge, and the averages were between $35 and $55. Now again, that's going to be a rate that might be beneficial for maybe a caterer who says, you know what, I need about 2 hours of prep time, or a food truck who needs a commissary kitchen or a commercial kitchen. I need only a certain couple hours to prepare the food products I need, and I'm good to go. So the hourly rate may be even beneficial for you as well. And then the next one up is actually renting by blocks of time. Now this is kind of like hourly rates, but you can either rent a 3-hour window, 5-hour window, or 7-hour window, and they'll literally give you a specific rate based on that block of time. Now the tricky thing with commercial kitchens is in areas where there's not as many, it's gonna be really difficult to schedule time because many times they're already booked out. We actually talked to one commercial kitchen that was 2 months out. I believe it was 2 months, roughly about 60 days out. They had already been booked out and scheduled. So their kitchen's not available for about 60 days. That is okay. It's obviously great for the commercial kitchen because they're doing good for business, but it's not good for you because you need a commercial kitchen within the next week or two, even a few days, and you can't get one. So the blocks of time, sometimes it will have a tendency to get them scheduled out well in advance, okay? The next one up is the membership. The next one is the membership fee. This is one where commercial kitchens will actually charge its users a membership fee either annually or biannually, every 6 months or 12 months. But the cool thing about it is when you get a membership with a commercial kitchen, they give you discounts on usage of the commercial kitchen itself, services. If it's an incubator, maybe they have a website designed for food businesses, they'll give you discounts. So the membership aspect of it is really unique. A lot of commercial kitchens don't do this just yet that I'm aware of. There's a few that are actually franchise commercial kitchens, and they go by that and they actually offer membership, almost like a gym in a sense, and they do have membership fees. So let's check out the next question. So can you rent a kitchen for a day near me? And yes, that's our third question. We kind of covered that just now, but yes, renting a commercial kitchen for a day, as I mentioned, is a good thing. But the only drawback is that it has a tendency to block up the entire day for the commercial kitchen, and normally they charge a premium for that, okay? Now, really quick side note, you wanna make sure when you get a commercial kitchen, they are not all the same. So depending on the type of food business you're going to run, if you're operating a food truck in comparison to a packaged food business, if you want to produce a product, bag it, label it, and do all of that, and heat seal it, and all of those types of things that you're doing for a packaged food product, that's going to offer a variety of equipment, pieces of equipment that you're going to need that may be different than a food truck. It may be different than a caterer, okay? So specifically, you want to go to a kitchen that offers everything you're going to need as far as equipment and such. And you want to kind of pick the brains of the owner or whoever's managing, obviously, the commissary kitchen or commercial kitchen, and find out what they offer. Or can you bring certain equipment into the facility, like a heat sealer for a bag, or a labeler, or do they have printing available that you can print your labels? Can you bring all of that products and those items into the commercial kitchen? Just like a food truck would bring a lot of its service equipment and transportation, packaging and containers for its food and its ingredients, see if you can do that. Because again, every commercial kitchen is not equipped the same, nor does it offer the same type of services. So be sure that it has what you need, and if it doesn't, can you bring products into it or bring pieces of equipment and utilize it that way? Normally they will, depending on the equipment itself, but a lot of them will really be decked out with a lot of other equipment already, like ovens and prep tables, walk-in freezers, walk-in coolers and such. So keep that in mind as well. So our next up question, what should a commercial kitchen have for equipment? Okay, so what should a commercial kitchen have for equipment? Yes, that is a great question. Again, going back to what I had just stated, you want to make sure that it has obviously the items that you need. Any prep tables, any holding areas or holding facilities, or even additional storage. Something else that a lot of people don't think of is dry storage. If you've got products or bags or finished product, can you store it there? Because obviously a lot of places, a lot of states will not allow you to bring that product, that food item home in order for you to disperse it or dispense it or distribute it from your home, because that's under cottage food laws and that comes into a totally different playbook, okay? That's totally different. So you wanna make sure it's got storage available as well. So I think we covered all of our questions. Okay, yes, and of course, as we mentioned, how much does it cost to rent a commercial kitchen? Yes, of course, again, going back to depending on the hourly rate or the rent by day, if you're going to do that blocks of time, keep in mind that also when you price out whatever it is that you're producing in a commercial kitchen, you want to take into consideration just that. How much does it actually cost to rent the commercial kitchen? Because those costs are going to incur on your products, and based upon what you sell them for, you need to make sure that you recoup the costs for renting the actual kitchen while you're there. So for instance, if you produced 100 items, 100 bags, 500 bags of a product, let's say, and you spent about $200 for the block of time that you rented for the commercial kitchen, that $200 cost you the amount that you're producing of those products. So you need to disperse that over each unit and figure out what is my cost per unit, including the fees that I just incurred from the commercial kitchen. So I hope that answered your question. As always, please do give me more questions down below if you've got any comments about this particular video or how you can actually rent a commercial kitchen near you. Definitely let me know down below. And if you've had a great experience with the commercial kitchen, let us know, because a lot of our other subscribers are probably in the same boat that you're in and they definitely need some advice. So I'll see you guys on our next video.